Camera's dirty.
Ooh. Hello, we got a dirty camera. Oh, that's better.
Now I'm pretty.
Goodness sakes.
That was like scary there for a second.
Sorry, guys. We're working with a dirty camera.
We were working with a lot of dirty stuff today.
Are you?
No.
Okay. Hi. Hello. I'm Kelly.
Hi, and I'm Bob. Welcome.
Oh, go
I was
ahead.
going to say, welcome to our live stream.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear us okay. If you guys are watching, let us know. Give us a little, hi, Stephanie. Can you hear us okay?
Stephanie.
Chris and Melinda, hello.
Oh, hi, guys.
Hi, how are you guys?
Long
I hope
time
you're
no
doing all
see.
right. Hopefully you can hear us okay. We were doing like a test with our phone, and then we had to, hello, Hazley.
Hazley Hill.
Hello, Mr. Mike. Horizontal winds. Yeah, we had to like move from the phone to the actual laptop.
For some reason, because when it was scheduled, we couldn't just do it on the phone.
Besides the fact that we're extremely technologically challenged. Thank you, Stephanie, for letting us know you can hear us okay. So, happy Saturday. I have my computer glasses on because I'm old.
I don't have any glasses on.
Don't.
I don't even have a hat on,
You
so
don't.
this just feels weird
You
for
got glasses
me.
right there.
Yeah, but I don't need them. I can read it.
Emergency glasses.
I can read it, though. I don't need them.
Hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you have been having a good Saturday so far. We worked today, so we're drinking. So cheers to that.
When are we not drinking?
We don't drink sometimes.
Yeah, when we work.
What do you have? What are you drinking?
I actually have a Mai Tai with a dark rum floater, and I'm going to mix it in so it's a little bit more strong.
I didn't see your floater.
Because you weren't watching.
Okay. Hello, Deanna.
I wish you were drinking too.
Maybe you should, because then we would be more fun.
We don't like to drink alone.
No. And I have a painkiller. I like the painkillers.
Just because you need some painkillers.
I need some painkillers.
This is weird. My camera is doing weird things because it's like you're so far over to that side and I'm moving it and it's not moving. It's moving the other way.
Oh, there
we go.
There you go.
Okay, now I'm happy.
Adjustments.
Okay, let me just explain.
Stephanie's drinking electrolytes. That's still good too.
Yeah.
That's important.
Especially put a little vodka in
it. Put some vodka in your electrolytes.
Mm-hmm. And then be electrolyte vodka.
We should invent that.
We should.
That way you can like.
I think they have because they did
Red Bull, hydrate.
Red Bull and there was a drink with Red Bull and I don't know. It was some other drink.
I don't know. Good old unsweetened iced tea. Is that you, Chris, or is that Melinda, or is that both of you guys? So today, guess what we're going to talk about? Virgin Cruises, because that's all we talk about.
That's pretty much all we talk about.
That's all we know anymore, you guys. So if you are in the chat and you have any questions, Melinda is talking to her mom. Oh, okay. Hi, Chris. If you guys have questions about Virgin Cruises, we have done 6. So we were nearly experts. We're expert adjacent.
Expert adjacent.
Yes.
I wouldn't call us experts yet. Because you know why? Let me tell you why. It's because Virgin changes so freaking quickly. It's like once you do something, it changes to something else.
It does. So we're going to talk about stuff that we knew. Hang on. Let me reverse that.
She started before me.
Stuff that we wish we knew before cruising with Virgin.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
So what? You go first.
Go
ahead.
Thought you were going to go first.
Okay, I'm going to go first.
Okay.
All right. Here's mine is like one, I'm not really huge on sail away parties because they're usually kind of noisy and you've seen one, you've seen them all. I would rather watch the boat sail out of the harbor, because I like to watch. And sometimes there's people on shore that wave and I like to wave and all that kind of stuff. So one thing I wish I knew was where's the best spot and quiet spot to be when you sail out of the harbor.
Yeah, that's good to know. Because some of us are, appreciate a little bit quieter sailway.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the great thing about Virgin. If you want it quiet, you can have it quiet. If you don't want it quiet, go to the party.
True, yeah.
So in our first cruise, we were spoiled because we had an awesome cabin. We had the big aft suite, and that's a huge back cabin, and we just sat back there and watched the sail away from there.
We did. We liked that.
Yeah.
It was a sweet aft suite, not a big aft.
Well,
you get a nice big aft.
No, it's big aft.
It's a sweet aft suite.
No.
Yes, it is.
Want to bet?
Yes.
How much?
I'll bet you another cruise.
Okay, you heard this, folks, because I'm gonna look it up.
It's a sweet half sweet, even bigger Terrace. That's what you're thinking of? Because there's a big Terrace and even bigger Terrace,
And then the biggest
and
Terrace.
the biggest Terrace.
Okay, fine.
You owe me a cruise.
Well, I've already bought you several. It's like, don't worry about that. It's gonna happen, I'm sure. Anyway, what's so.
Yeah, it's good to know places that are a little bit quieter.
Like, because and this is for a different reason, but I wanted to watch the one when we left Portsmouth and I didn't get to see it. So, and it was for a different reason. We'll go into that later.
Yeah, we were somewhere else.
Yeah.
On the ship.
Yeah. Doing other things.
That sounds naughty.
No.
Okay.
We were with a group of people.
We were.
So
yeah.
It was just.
There's some static, Mr. Mike. Is there still static? Hopefully not.
Where does it say that?
I know, right there. Mr. Mike says I can hear fine, but there's some static.
Are you sure it's static or is it my fan?
Oh, it's probably your fan.
I have a fan blowing on me.
Because it's hot.
Because it's a little warm, toasty.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 90 degrees here in Colorado.
And that for us, that's blazing hot.
It's too hot. So
Okay.
if that's what you're hearing, it might be Bob's fan. Okay, the first thing that I have on my list of things I wish that we knew before we sailed with Virgin is it really is for all age groups. So you think of Virgin,
except for kids,
yeah. So when you think when you see the ads or whatever for Virgin Voyages, you think, man, that's for like 20 somethings, 30 somethings. The first cruise that we took, I honestly was a little bit worried that we were going to be too old. I was. I know you weren't, but I was, because you don't care. But I was a little bit worried, and I was like, okay, are we going to be the old people on this ship?
Are we going to be the oldest people on the ship, like the Viking cruise? Sorry, Viking cruises, especially the river cruises.
Yeah. Do we need to start cruising with Viking?
No. So anyway, yeah, I kind of thought that might be the case too, but I didn't know that much about Virgin when we first started sailing Virgin. All I knew is it was new and Richard Branson was in charge, and I love Richard Branson. I like Virgin Airlines, so why not give Virgin Voyages a try?
Right, because our first cruise, they were pretty new.
Yeah,
still some static.
Well, it was less than a year on our first cruise.
Yeah,
the Scarlet Lady sailed in August of 2020, and we were on there in June of 21.
Right.
So it hadn't even been sailing for a year.
I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Hazley? Is that right? Hazley?
It looks like Hazley to me.
Okay. Good cruise for first timers. That's a good question. Okay, thank you. I would say probably, are you talking about leaving out of Miami? If you're talking about leaving Miami, I would say like a 4 or 5 night cruise.
Yeah. My two favorites out of Miami so far has been the Dominican days and what is the Key West one? Sunrise somewhere.
Sunset soirees.
Yeah, Sunset Soiree. I think it is.
Yeah, it's the one that goes to Key West. It's a 4-nighter, or the one that goes to the Dominican Republic. That's 5 nights. I think those are really good to start with. That way you'll kind of get a good vibe of if you've cruised on other cruise lines. You won't. You could probably do a bit longer one. But if this is your first cruise ever, and you're going to pick Virgin to go with your first cruise, I would say probably do a 4 or 5 nighter.
But the good thing is because Key West is a friendly port, you don't have to worry about, you want to get off. If you've never been to Key West, it's an interesting city.
Yeah.
And it's nice to go to and just, walk around, get some key lime pie. Key lime pie. I started later. Get some key lime pie or chase a chicken or two because.
Oh, yeah, they have roosters and
chickens. They have roosters and
chickens.
chickens that just hang out and come in the stores and do whatever they want.
Chase a chicken or two.
Mm-hmm.
You sound very country.
I'm from Texas. In case you people who don't know, I'm from Texas. I am country.
Yeah, so I think that's a good place to start. Plus, if you're worried about getting seasick or anything like that, you're not really in super huge open waters if you're going to Key West, because you're just going to go to Key West and then
you go to Bimini.
Then you go to Bimini, and then you're just kind of floating around in the ocean. Oh, Katie and Aaron, hi. No, we have not been on a river cruise before.
No,
we haven't.
No.
We haven't gotten to there yet.
No. I haven't got there yet.
No.
I think I have to be 70 before I can get on one.
We have a lot of clients that have done river cruises, and they say that they're really great.
Oh, and they loved them.
Yeah.
I've even had people who were younger than me that did river cruises, and she loved it too.
Yeah, that's true. But no, have you guys ever been on a river cruise? I wouldn't mind doing like eventually doing like the Prague and the Germany and all of that stuff, river cruise. I wish Virgin had river cruises. That would be fun.
Well, they might. Give them time.
Someday.
Okay, you were right. She was right. I looked it up.
Sweet F sweet.
Sweet F sweet.
Yeah.
All right, where do you want to go?
We'll worry about that later. So what's next on your list of things that you wish
The
that
next
you knew?
on my list that I wish that I knew, I wish that I had known how huge the Scarlet Night party is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just learned this on our last cruise, just that the Scarlet Night party goes throughout the ship.
Hi, Melinda.
On deck 5 and deck 6 or deck 7, and then it goes up to 15.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could be anywhere. You could be in the SIP lounge. You could be on the dock, in the dock. You could be like just sitting in by the roundabout.
Mm-hmm.
You could be anywhere on the ship, and it's going to come by you somewhere. It's almost like Mardi Gras, because they just like they drift in and out. Entertainers, singers, jugglers, acrobats. It's so amazing. And the first time we went, we just stood up above the pool and watched everything.
Waiting for the pool party.
Yeah, waiting for the pool party, because we wanted a good spot to watch the pool party. And so we didn't see any of that all the time. And
no, the last cruise that we were on, we were sitting in SIP lounge having a cocktail. Shocker.
Yeah.
What? And then like the entertainer people.
Yeah, that are in the shows.
Cast. Yeah, and then the shows and everything. They like came in and did a little show.
Hula hooping, juggling,
things like that.
Yeah,
in
and
the
then
SIP lounge.
And one of the the shows that we watched was
Misbehave show.
The Misbehave show. The two actors,
yeah.
stars in that one, they were passing out champagne.
Yeah,
we got free champagne because we were sitting in the SIP lounge.
Right. So you can on Scarlet Night. It's very interactive.
Yeah.
And you can follow the party, or you can sit and have the party
and let the party come to you. Because then we went back to the dock, and then guess what? Party showed up at the dock.
Maybe the party was following us.
I think so. That happens a lot.
We'll just say that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with that.
We are gonna go with that.
Yeah. One of the things that I have on my list of things I wish I knew before cruising with Virgin are things are changing with them all the time. Like when we first started, you could make reservations for shows like ahead of time. Now you just go stand in line. It's first come, first serve. You can book your dining early ahead of time, things like that. So it's always changing. Now I hear that they're like testing, printing your own boarding passes, things like that.
We did that last time.
No, we had
it on
a
our
QR
phone.
code, but now there's having where you can print an actual, a luggage tag. Sorry, I meant luggage tag, not boarding pass. Melinda wants to go on the Mississippi River.
Yeah. Well, we are possibly thinking about doing a Northeast cruise.
Possibly. Yeah.
But, we're still young. We're going to get around.
Knock on wood.
No, I'm going to get around. I don't know what she's going to do, but I'm heading out. So
you're heading out?
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go on
whether
a
I'm
cruise.
going to go or not.
Well, if you're able, Grandma.
What the hell?
Okay, listen, just before we get too far ahead of this and people start hating on us, please like and subscribe. It really does help us a lot. I'm doing this shameful stuff that, you're supposed to do when you're YouTubers.
Shameful.
And I'm going to plug our next one. So if you want to watch us do this again, we're going to do it in 2 weeks on July 5th at 7:00. We didn't discuss what we were going to talk about, did we?
We have no idea what we're going to talk about.
But we'll post it and you'll see it there.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah. So we're going to try to do these live streams every 2 weeks.
Oh, well, first and third Monday.
The
first and third, whatever. We're going to try to do it twice a month.
There you go.
However it falls.
However it does fall.
Yeah.
Because we used to do sit down videos, quite often, giving people information, and we decided to change the sit down videos so that we could interact with you guys more. Plus, we're a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
Would we do live streams? We kind of felt like, our sit down vlogs, they're a little stiff and boring.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Saucy Ed. Thank you for asking. She hasn't decided yet. Hello, Chris, old bald guy.
She hasn't decided, but she's
leaning that direction.
She's leaning towards Arizona State
heavily,
like almost out of this picture.
Yeah. So she actually will start her application process this summer. So she took her ACT, or no, she took her SAT. She wants to take the ACT. I know I'm getting into way too much information for you guys.
This is what we wish we knew before we sailed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But most likely that's going to be my answer.
Most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Unless something like lightning bolt striker or something like that.
By the way, I love your name, Saucy Ed.
Saucy.
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 Okay, so what's next on your
list?
list?
My next one is just how much entertainment they have throughout the ship during sailing. It's like you can't swing a dead cat without hitting some kind of entertainment. It's like they have live singers. There was a guy on the rocks last time we sailed. That he was amazing.
Like a one-man band kind of guy. There's been an actual band. There's been a blues band. There's been like all kinds of stuff.
Kind of, what do you call it? That kind of like, ethereal kind of singers, people.
What?
Like Enya and stuff like that.
Okay. Like relaxing music?
Yeah, relaxing music, like lounge music.
And, got it. Okay.
And then there's been in the social club, they had salsa music, people are dancing.
Yeah. There's music all over the ship.
There is music everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, for those of you that know, or those of you that don't know, Virgin started as a record label.
Yes.
So Sir Richard Branson started his business as a record label. So he signed all kinds of artists like Boy George and the Spice Girls.
Yes.
And other people that I can't think of right now, but he started as a record label. So a lot of it is focused around music.
Mm-hmm. And that's why they got rock star quarters and all that kind of stuff.
Ooh, something that you are disappointed with. That's a good question, Chris. Anything that you're disappointed with?
I know there was something.
Really?
I can't remember what it was.
I can't think of anything that I'm actually disappointed with. The
only thing I think that might be lacking is the pool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people say the pool sucks.
Yeah, because there's only one, and it's very tiny.
Yeah.
And they don't really have a lot of shade unless you're away from the pool.
True.
But I'm not a pool person, so it doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, it's not a deal breaker for us.
No, not for us. But I know for some people, the pool's very important on a cruise ship.
A lot of people, too, that have been on other cruise lines, like Royal Caribbean or, Carnival or, whatever, they're used to pools. Like even Disney ships have several pools that you can use. But Virgin really only has one.
They have several hot tubs.
Yeah, they have a lot more hot tubs than pools.
Yeah.
But that's probably the only thing.
No, there is one more thing that I'm disappointed with. It's the test kitchen experience.
Oh, see, I don't mind test kitchen.
I know, but you don't get looked down on.
Oh, that's true.
You're the scum of the earth if you don't like what they want to serve you.
Yeah, if you do end up going to the test kitchen, it's kind of like a molecular gastronomy experimental experiment.
Yeah. Where they take food and they make it look like something else,
right?
Or seem like it's not something.
But they want you to try everything. It's like a 5 or 6 course experience, and they want you to try everything. And Bob's a little bit picky with food.
It's not that I'm just picky; it's because it'll make me ill. There's certain foods that will make me want to vomit.
Okay,
and then they don't. But if you say I can't eat that, then they look at you like what? I mean, I had 3 people come over once separately saying, "Are you sure?"
Right.
And trying to browbeat me into. I'm like, just don't serve me anything, okay? That's fine.
So we fixed that by just not going to test kitchen anymore.
We don't go to test kitchen anymore.
I suppose I could go by myself.
You could if you wanted to, and I would celebrate you
rando
going there.
Go.
Yeah, if you want to. There's plenty of randos for picking up too. I'm sure.
Pick up some randos. So my next thing on my list is. Oh, Stephanie's. When you stayed in a cabin on deck 14, how shady was the terrace?
Good.
It was good.
Yeah, all the terraces are very shady.
No, on deck 14, it's right underneath the galley.
Yeah, and it's got the most shade.
Yeah, there's an overhang. So that one was actually really shady. You had you could stand out there if it was raining.
Yeah, you had extra shade on deck 14.
Yeah, so we really liked deck 14.
Yeah.
because it was, like I said, it was right underneath the galley.
Yeah, and the only thing that
easy
was under,
access.
well, there's some of it's underneath the bridge, but the point we had was underneath the galley.
Mhm.
And the only thing that we had was you could hear them rolling bus carts back and forth.
Right. Yeah, but
it wasn't that big a deal.
not that big of a deal.
Especially if you're drinking.
Yeah.
You don't care.
I agree with you, Mr. Mike. He said he finds it strange when other people get offended by your different taste buds. Yeah, why?
I don't
Like,
get
if
it either.
If you say I don't want something, just be like, okay, cool.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, why do I have to try it if I know and I can tell you that if that asparagus touches my lips, I will barf on you, okay?
We don't want that.
It's true though.
Yeah.
It's a psychological, I don't care what you call it, it's a reaction that will happen.
Stephanie, have you guys done a Virgin cruise before, or are you just thinking about it? Let us know. But yeah, we really liked, I don't think there really
That's pretty much the only thing I had a problem with.
Just did you really have a problem with it though?
Yes, I did.
The rolly carts?
No, not the rolly carts. I was talking about
you're still
I'm
stuck on
on
Test Kitchen. Okay.
But everything else is great. Food's great. Service is great. Everything's great.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's actually been a cabin location that we haven't liked.
No.
Honestly,
I've liked them all.
Yeah. I mean, because when we're on a cruise, we don't hang out in our cabin all that much. You use it to sleep and you use it to, oh, that's Belle.
That's my cat. But when we were in the big aft suite, Kelly, sweet aft suite, sorry. Kelly hung out on the balcony a lot.
I did, because it was huge.
Yeah. So we missed a lot because of that cat.
Yeah, that's true.
That first cruise, we missed a lot. We were either at Richard's rooftop drinking the free drinks, or we were down in our cabin on the balcony.
But drinking. It was nice.
It was nice. It was really great. It was good. It
was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have another thing?
I do. Okay. I didn't realize I wish I'd have known just how awesome the galley is, honestly. Because to me, when you think about it, I've been on other cruise ships and it's like, it's a buffet, right? There's nothing special about a buffet. You get the same stuff. You get chicken nuggets, chicken strips, you get meatloaf, you get this, you get that, you get that. Not on Virgin. Not on Virgin. On Virgin, everything is cooked to order. And it is so awesome.
And they have a lot of choices.
They have a lot of choices. And they have different styles food. They have Mexican food. 18, Mike. Minimum age is 18.
Yes.
So they have tacos, ramen. They have salad. One of my favorite things is their salad bar. It's like a Chipotle kind of salad bar. You walk and you pick your lettuce, you pick what greens, what kind of stuff you want in it. The different salad dressings. I think they got like 10 or 15 different salad dressings.
Yeah, which is really nice to have some healthy options.
Yeah.
Too.
But they do that a lot. Even their other stuff is kind of like the burritos and they have like sandwiches that are healthy and, and they have poke bowls.
They do. Yeah. So we know some other people that live in the UK that just went on their first Virgin Voyages cruise, and they are both vegetarians. And they said even for them, the food choices were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are vegetarian or
vegan
or pescatarian or whatever it
gluten-free,
yeah, they have a lot.
They have a ton of choices.
They do. So I'm going to go back to Melinda's question. How does Virgin stack up to other cruise lines? And what other? Just Virgin, Disney, and Carnival.
That's all we've been on.
That's all we've been on so far. Virgin is just completely different. It is completely different. There are no announcements from the cruise director.
They don't even have a cruise director.
They don't. They don't have photographers that are walking around bugging you to take photos. And it's very choose your own adventure.
It's very adult.
It's very adult. I mean, everybody has to be over 18 or over.
And they treat you like adults and you make decisions like adults.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's up to you guys to decide what you want to do. We're not going to tell you where to go. We're not going to tell you where to be. You make like a dining reservation, just like you would at any other restaurant on land.
Yeah.
There's 5 or 6 to choose from.
5.
So yeah, it's just completely different. 6.
We're going to go through it.
Test Kitchen,
Gumby,
Pink Agave,
Wake,
the Wake, and
Extra Virgin, and Razzle Dazzle. 6.
So there's 6. Okay. So yeah, it's just a very different experience. It's, you can be as busy as you want to be. You can be as chill as you want to be. It's very, very different. There's no, Well, there is like a lineup of entertainment, you know,
Yeah.
like here's trivia.
And they
this time,
do, yeah.
if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But
You
other
can-
cruise lines, they're kind of like,
You just check the app and find out what's going on, and you pick what you want to do.
yeah, and it's very dependent on the app. So it's very tech heavy.
Yes.
Virgin is.
Yes.
So a lot of everything you do on the app. So it's quite a bit different.
Yes.
You know,
It's not like any other cruise we've been on.
Besides the fact that there's no kids,
No
you know,
kids.
everybody's just kind of doing their own thing. And for us, the 6 times that we've been on the Virgin cruises, everybody is so friendly.
Mm-hmm.
People just talk to each other. You know, other cruise lines, people stay in their own little like group pod.
Yeah, and they, you know,
And they kind of like go do this together, and they go do. Everybody talks to everybody, which I really, really enjoy. You know, you can be sitting somewhere and somebody will, you know, just come up and talk to you, or, you know, one of the things I have on my list is they're considered like boutique style ships.
right.
So they're not like a mega ship. They're not really small. So it's kind of like the perfect size.
They hold 2,600.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the perfect size.
That you don't really feel crowded.
No, it doesn't feel massive, but you don't feel crowded either.
No.
But you do see some of the same people day after day, so
Right.
you kind of get to know them. And Virgin is really good about
Putting you together
and
and socializing
like
you.
in friend groups.
In friend groups. Like our first cruise, was it that one when we had the trivia partners?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you know, you have to be in groups of 6 or something like that. You know, the grog walk you can do to meet people. They have like
Mhm.
icebreaker tasks
Meetings,
to
meets
do.
and greets and
Yeah,
stuff. So you don't have to do any of it, but if you want to, it's great.
Right.
And Chris, to answer your question about
Okay, Mr. Mike.
the ships, we're going to do another video about that once we get on Brilliant Lady, and we're going to tell you some of the things. The ships are all built the same, but there is different stuff about each ship.
Right. They were kind of all cookie cutter to begin with,
Mhm.
but now they're starting to change.
Well, they only changed Brilliant. They changed Brilliant because when you're talking about everything inside it.
A little bit, but they also are changing like Razzle Dazzle at night.
Well, yeah. So that's all going to change too. Like we said, Virgin changes everything.
Right. They're kind of like always evolving.
But everything is in the same place.
Yes.
The only difference with Brilliant Lady is she had to reconfigure to get through the Panama Canal. That's why she launched late. She was supposed to launch earlier this year, but they had to reconfigure her so she could go through the Panama Canal. Had something to do with the lifeboats weren't in the right spot or something.
It had to be narrower.
or something like that. So she can go to the West Coast from the Caribbean and then come back.
Right.
So she has a whole lot of different itinerary. But once we get on the Brilliant Lady, and after that one, we're going to do a video about the differences of the 4 ships.
Yeah. So, but you'll find like the restaurants are kind of all in the same location,
right,
on all the ships.
And and for the most part, they offer the same menus. So,
well, the menus are changing too.
I know. I said
So
everything's changing
changes.
on Virgin.
Yeah.
So,
but they do have different shows on different ships. Like you'll find Persephone, one of the shows that we really liked. It's only on like 2 of the ships. So they do have different entertainment and different shows.
Right. And then the Rose, there's like, we hear on Brilliant, there's going to be some even
like a murder mystery.
Yeah, murder mystery dinner show.
Which is super exciting.
Yeah.
So,
but that could change too.
Yeah.
Seriously, it does change.
I think they just don't want to get complacent.
I don't think they want to get stagnant, which I like.
We do like that too.
Because, you know, Disney.
Oh my gosh.
We have the same menu. We've been sailing Disney since 2014.
And you can
and
go,
they have not changed the menu once.
Freaking menu from
and
10 years ago.
All the freaking restaurants.
Yeah. Not
Nothing
that they're
has
bad.
changed.
And some people like the same stuff. Like I'm going to go into and get my truffle pasta persets.
Yeah.
But, you know, they haven't changed their menus probably in 15 or whatever years.
Yeah.
And we're not dogging on Disney.
No, we're not. We're just
Disney's
saying.
still a great cruise line.
We're just saying some cruise lines, I mean, the thing about Virgin, one of the great things is they change things.
Yeah.
And, you know, you may say, oh, I love that. But you know what? You're probably going to love what they change it to better.
Yeah. And they're all about kind of try something different. You know, try something new.
Yeah,
Step
that's why they look at you like you're
zone.
crazy if you don't want to try their dishes at Test Kitchen.
Yeah. What made us want to try Virgin? That's a good question.
Kelly.
Was it me?
You found it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. I think part of it was knowing that it was 18 and over. It was going to be a different vibe from Disney. You know, because Disney cruises, like we said, are great, but there are a lot of families with little bitty kids. Just to see what it was like And I also knew that the food, I had heard that the food on Virgin was really, really good. And we're big food and drink people.
Totally.
So that was the main reason why we wanted to try Virgin, just to see what it was like.
And like I said, I love Richard Branson.
Plus, when we first cruised on Virgin, they were offering hella deals. Because it was right
Hella
when
deals.
like COVID was ending.
Yeah, we were on the last cruise. They had to wear masks on.
Yeah, the crew had to wear masks, but we didn't. We did have to test that cruise.
Right.
COVID test before we went on. But where was I going with that? Oh, they were offering good deals. So it was a hell of a deal. That's why we booked a Rockstar Suite, our first cruise, is because it was literally like
$2,500 or something.
$2,500.
It was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
But then on that sailing too, it was like the ship was only half full.
Right.
Because people were still wary of cruising on ships during COVID times.
Yeah. But I mean, we just loved it. We loved it so much.
Yeah. We had a great time.
That was another thing on my list. I wish I knew is how addictive they can be. They're really addictive, you guys. I mean, here we are 6 cruises later.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a secret because we've got 2 more booked.
Mm-hmm.
But we just love them. We love everything about it. It's just easy. And it's, like I said, you can be as chill as you want. You can be as party as you want. If you can dress up. You can wear sequins gown if you want. You can wear shorts if you want. There's no dress code.
No dress code.
Which you really like.
I love. They did make a guy put his shirt on when he went into a restaurant.
A shirt.
Once. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was barefoot.
Was he barefoot?
Mm-hmm. He was like a guru or something. He was
he had a posse and everything.
He had a posse. He was wearing swami pants,
Yeah.
He walks in there with all his chains and stuff.
Like Mr. Yoga guy.
Yeah. Had that curly blonde hair that bounces when you walk, Yeah, it bounces.
He had an entourage.
And he had like 10 people with him, and maybe it was a yoga retreat. Who knows?
Who knows?
He walks in, he's like, and they go, you're going to have to put a shirt on.
Yeah.
He put it on. He didn't button it, but he put it on.
Yeah.
And they were cool with that.
They're like, okay.
Okay, at least there's a shirt on.
So another thing that is really, really cool, this is not on my list, and I think I already knew this beforehand. You think Virgin is all about party, all about, the party experience and la, la, la. They're also huge into fitness.
Huge.
Very huge into fitness.
Yeah.
So there are all kinds of fitness classes you can take. There's bungee. What's it called? Bungee
Yoga, something like that.
It's like one of those classes where you're hooked up to bungee
cords and you do different. It's like bungee yoga.
Yeah. They do have yoga classes.
Yeah.
We took a meditation class one time. They've got HIIT classes. They've got a huge gym, all kinds of stuff. 2
different gyms. They have a cardio gym and a weight gym.
Mr. Mike, you're such a good cheerleader.
Yay!
So yeah, they're really, really big into fitness. If that's your jam, obviously it's not ours. We're okay.
Whatever. I have a 6-pack behind this keg. Right there.
But they have a running track. They've got everything.
They've got everything. They got juice bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you want to
get
smoothies and juices, they have power smoothies. That's at the athletic club.
Yeah, with the power,
like protein
powder and all that stuff in it.
All that kind of stuff. Spirulina.
Yeah.
All that
so
stuff.
you do not have to be a drinker to enjoy this cruise.
No, not at all.
You could totally go and have a great time.
They even have like Friends of Bill W.
Yeah, which is like
AA meetings there on the ship.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
That is cool.
So it's something for everyone, honestly.
I think so.
We saw back to like the age thing. It's for all ages. I said that in the beginning. Oh, hi, Melissa. How are you? Be sailing on the new Brilliant Lady in February. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, so cool.
That's super exciting. Should we tell her?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
We're sailing on Brilliant Lady in September, the 2nd cruise. Not the Mermaiden, but the one after that.
The one out of New York.
That goes to Bermuda.
Yeah, so we're super excited.
Mm-hmm.
We have a cruise on Brilliant. It's only, what is this, June, July, August?
It's like 180 days from now. I don't know, it's not even that many. I'm going to tell you because I'm going to look it up on my app.
Okay.
I have one of those apps and it tells you how long until your cruise.
Yeah, so we're super duper excited. We decided not to do the Mermaiden voyage.
Well, first off, it was like twice as expensive.
It was hella expensive at first, and now it's cheaper.
Now it's cheaper.
I think it's sold out now, maybe. I don't know. I mean, could be lying to you guys.
81 days.
81 days.
81 days.
Yay. So yeah, we're going to be on the second sailing of Brilliant.
And besides, who wants to do Mermaid? And it's when all the bugs
that's
happen.
when all the problems.
They're going to fix all the bugs, and we're going to be great.
We're gonna
We'll
be
be
fine.
rocking.
Yes. So yeah, we're excited about that. How many Virgin cruises have you taken, Melissa? Let us know. Ooh, I was talking about ages. It's not just for couples.
No.
So you think, oh man, I don't really have a partner or whatever. We see a lot of people cruising as a single. We see a lot of solo cruisers.
A lot of solo cruisers, yeah.
We see a lot of older families, like parents.
Yeah,
and their
parents
adult
with
children.
their adult children, yes.
We see a lot of friend groups, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, just, friends getting together for whatever. So it's, you don't have to be a couple.
No.
To enjoy it, which I think is really, really nice.
Yes.
Because everybody's accepted and everybody is just, we're people. That's all it is. People who want to cruise.
Yeah, and want to have fun.
Yeah.
And enjoy a cruise. And
yeah.
And now, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this one thing. That I didn't realize how much that being a parent, being around kids, kind of tempers your party.
Tempers your party?
Yeah, because when you're on a Virgin cruise and there's no kids on board, parent mode goes away.
It does.
And even if we were on a cruise anywhere else, if there were kids on board, we would still be in parent mode.
Yeah.
And anybody who's a parent understands that, because you can't turn it off when kids are around. It's just on. You have to behave a certain way.
Right.
Because you would expect other parents to behave that way around your kids.
You would hope they would.
Yeah, you would hope so. So, I'm sorry, I was reading.
I know. Yeah. Stopped you dead in your tracks.
Yeah, it did. So that was one of the coolest things ever. Was I didn't realize how much I was in parent mode when I was on Disney ships.
Right, because you're not only looking out for your own kids, you're looking out for other people's kids. Maybe their parents are not paying attention to them.
But we're not going to go into that.
We're not going to go into that.
That my own personal feelings was like I didn't have to be in parent mode on Virgin Cruise, even though I still have child at home and others who weren't at home, even though they're adults. It's still,
yeah,
the parent mode.
It's kind of nice just to be like you, and not have to worry about that.
Right.
Which is pretty cool.
It is very cool. So that was one of the things that I'm glad I found out.
Do you want to answer Melinda's question?
Sure. Yes, there are certain perks you can get, and I think they're working on more. But right now, it's pretty,
everything changes.
Yeah, it's pretty basic right now. Their Sailor Club is called, what is it called?
Deep Blue Extras.
Yes.
That static is back.
They call it the Sailing Club. Sorry, man.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it's Kelly.
I'm the static.
Yeah. I don't know if this microphone's working or not. So
I don't know.
It doesn't look like it there because it's not going up or down.
I don't know. Is it bad? Is the static really bad? Waiting.
We're waiting. Okay. Anyway, they do have the Sailing Club is what they call it, and you get Deep Blue Extras. You sail once, and then you get the Blue Extras, which is, I can't remember exactly what is included on that one.
Thank you. Same static his mic makes.
It's not too bad. Okay, cool.
Sorry guys, we're gonna because I don't want to unplug it at this point and then have no sound, so we're just gonna deal with static for right now.
Anyway, they I don't know exactly what. If you look on the website, it'll tell you what it includes, and it's through 3 cruises. You get that, and then once you sell your 3rd time for the 4th one, I think you get Deep Blue Extras, which is what we have. And
those perks like early boarding.
Yeah, you get our boarding is at 1:30 every time we sail now.
So it's in like a free bag of laundry.
Yeah, we get our laundry done. We get free premium Wi-Fi. It's included.
Sometimes there's like a sailing club like party.
They have a sailing club party.
You get like a free cocktail.
Yeah, you can go and have cocktails and stuff like that. So you just got to look for the extras when you're on board the ship. They like to treat their people right. I mean, it's it's pretty cool actually, because I do enjoy the early boarding. We can actually board anytime between 1:30 and 5. So it's our choice.
Right.
Everybody else has to board at a certain time.
Yeah, so that's one thing that is different about Virgin is they do board quite a bit later than a lot of other cruise lines.
So you can go direct to your cabin.
Yeah, so your cabin's going to be ready as soon as you get on the ship, which is really, really nice.
It's really nice.
Like, other ones, you may have to wait until 2 or 3 o'clock for your cabin.
Yeah, it's like Disney,
available.
you have to wait till 2.
So that's pretty cool. They take, and you don't have to get off the ship either until like 10 o'clock.
No, you can get off later.
So they don't boot you out at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
When they say, cruise
and then
is
you're
over.
sad, and then then you have to go home. So yeah, you can actually go to a sit-down breakfast. You know, they don't give you like a choice of two things and go, you want a waffle or you want an egg? You know.
But there's only one place you can go, in that Wake.
You can go to the galley.
You can go to the Wake,
You can go to the Wake, and I think you can go to Razzle Dazzle.
Razzle Dazzle, Wake, or Galley for breakfast on the last day.
Yeah, which is super cool.
It is very cool.
I like that.
The last thing I have, what was that thing I said when we got out of the car earlier? Okay.
You said oi.
Old brain.
I don't know.
Anyway,
do you remember that time that I looked at that shirt and you know?
Yeah, and I said, "Oh, that's a pretty shirt," but I don't remember what it looked like. So, and if you guys know what we're talking about, you know more than we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what it was that you said.
Okay, and one of the things I think was that I wish I'd have known because I would have studied is how hard the freaking trivia is.
Oh, it's hard.
Oh my gosh, it's like you got to be.
This ain't no Disney trivia.
No, this
you
is
guys.
Jeopardy style trivia. This is like double Jeopardy style trivia. They got some good questions, I'll tell you.
The trivia is really, really fun. And if you happen to win trivia, you get a free cocktail. You know, or a mocktail. They do have lots of mocktails too.
Mm-hmm.
But
they have good mocktails.
Yeah, the trivia is hard. We've done like music trivia and
salty trivia.
You know, movie trivia and you know, like music trivia. It's hard. Maria, it's a drive-by fruiting.
Don't make her do that British voice, please.
Hello. Hello. Oh my goodness. How are you, Maria? Hope you're doing good.
It's good to see you, Maria.
Maria.
It's good to see you, Maria. So
we're talking about
fruitings?
Mrs. Doubtfire. If those of you that don't know about drive-by fruiting, you could have beaten Boy George at trivia. You probably could have. Yeah,
well, he didn't do trivia. All he did was it was kind of lame.
Yeah. It was a little, I don't know.
I don't know about
fine. It was fine.
It was fine. He did his little disco dance party. He DJ'd.
He did DJ a party.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. He played some club music. And then in the microphone he'd go.
Does it?
Yeah.
See, I didn't go because I was not a Boy George fan anyway. So
yeah, that was interesting.
That's what I said. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah. He go. It's funny.
Yeah, for you.
I'm just glad I can go.
All right, we'll be able to wrap this up, aren't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other questions for us in the chat before we wrap this bad boy up? We're gonna wait. We're gonna have some awkward silence here while you guys go.
Maybe they don't have any questions.
Maybe you don't.
Maybe you don't.
Maybe you don't. So if you don't have any questions, just
that's fine.
Give us a thumbs
up.
You
can always put a comment in.
Yeah, you can.
You can watch this over.
If you think of something later.
If you think of something later, just put a comment in. Say, hey, what about this? We'll answer it.
Oh, Melinda, we love you both too. We miss you guys. Hope that you're doing well. Yes?
Yeah, totally. I was like, she said it all.
Hello?
Yeah. Look at the hearts. Aren't those adorable? Yeah. I love those hearts.
I would actually really, really like an experience through Virgin that would equate to Disney Magic. It's a ship. That's the same. It's the same. It's a boat that goes on water.
Yes, it is. That's pretty much the only thing I can equate to any of the Disney ships. Period.
I mean, they're both great.
They are both great. I love Disney, and
Hey, Stephanie. 196
Saucy
days.
Ed.
Just want to say thank you for all your content. Oh, you're so nice. Thank you so much. That is so nice. We appreciate you. And if you ever see us on a cruise, please come and say hello.
Don't hesitate. Don't think you're going to bother us. I don't care. Just come.
I mean, we have been super lucky. Not the boat, the Disney Magic. It's a different kind of magic.
It is a different kind of magic.
There is a bit of magic to that, because if there wasn't, we wouldn't be going back.
No, we wouldn't.
But you still get the kind of feels,
you get the feels,
but it's I don't want to say it's an adult kind of feel, but because that sounds
I don't know who
naughty.
she's cabin mating
that
with.
Sounds naughty, but it is it's a great experience.
It is a great experience, and it's really the entertainment is top notch.
Yes.
The singers,
Just like Disney. Disney
just like
has
Disney,
great
yes, and
entertainment.
that's the magic. It's like they just kind of the way they include you in everything, the way they treat you.
Yes.
I mean,
You're not just a number.
because
You're
one
like
of the
an
things that
actual
we love
person.
about Disney is customer service.
Yes.
The way the cast members treat you. The crew members on these ships are every bit as good, every bit as friendly,
Right.
every bit as knowledgeable as a Disney cast
We've
member.
actually made pretty good friends with some of the
Yes,
Happenings cast
and
members.
Oh, and and bartenders. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, we've seen them on different ships, and we're like, "Hey, you were," and they're like, "Yeah, I remember you." It's like, and they even know my drink.
Yeah,
so it's like
it's that level of customer service that you expect from a Disney cruise that you also get on Virgin.
Yes,
but it also is you get into it what you put out.
Exactly.
So if you are friendly with them,
but that's the same with Disney. You get into it what you
Disney.
put out.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty much the magic.
The magic to me is the customer service.
Magic. Yeah. Thank you again, Ed, for that super nice comment. We really do appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
We've been lucky enough to have several people say
really
hi to us on our cruises.
Yeah, and really good
which
following.
Shocks the hell out of us because
shocks the hell out of her. I don't know. Maybe I expect it.
Yeah, but we always appreciate it. So if you ever see us, please do not hesitate to be like, dude, hi.
Yeah, it's like I remember the last cruise, we just walking up the line to get into the line to get in, to check in, and Bob and Kelly.
I know, they say, hey, Bob and Kelly, and we're like,
what?
Whoa.
What? We just
like
got out
Matrix.
We just got out of the freaking lift.
That's pretty cool.
We
cool. Appreciate all of you guys so much. We appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us on a Saturday evening. There's a lot of stuff that you could be doing. You could be watching the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders right now.
Because we were before we started.
we were
before we started. Guilty pleasure. Yes. Guilty pleasure.
Yeah. So yes, like Mr. Mike said, thank you, Mr. Mike. You're amazing.
Yes, Mr. Mike.
If you haven't done so already, do us a huge favor, hit the subscribe button because it really does help us out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It makes us feel like what we're doing is valid and worth it. So, and having you guys here in the chat also helps a lot.
Helps a lot.
Yes.
So
thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We hope that this has helped, or we hope this has entertained you for a little while today. And come back in a couple weeks
and see what kind of cocktail we're drinking that day.
Oh yeah, we'll have like a cocktail.
We'll have a cocktail.
You know what we should do? We'll have a cocktail of the day.
Yes.
And then we'll post it before,
and
you
everybody
can
join
us. Same one. Yay!
Today was Mai Tai and
Painkiller. Yes. All right, you guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. You were valid and worth. Oh,
Mr. Mike, your check's in the mail.
You're amazing. All right. Thank you guys so much. And we will see you in a couple of weeks.
Yes, we will.
All right.
So
love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Where's the off button?
Right there.
Oh, this
one.
Bye.
Oh, you got to hit it.
I hit it and it just went weird. So these are the troubles with Bob and Kelly. Ready?